Hi, I'm Emily Haines, and you are behind the scenes at my TORO photo shoot.
So today we featured Emily Haines from Metric. It was such a pleasure working with her. She has so much talent and so much beautiful grittiness and character into who she is that I really wanted to pull that out. The looks that we shot today were all different from one another, but there was elements that wove it together. For example, the first shot we did was this big white space with these beautiful windows with all these lines and this kind of structure to it, and we put Emily in this really beautiful black dress with these beautiful shoulders that were kind of very architectural. I played around with the perspective of the room and photographed her with these big windows behind her so that everything would kind of look like she was the focal point of this small room that ended up looking a lot bigger. A lot of the shots that I really liked from that set was the where we opened up the window and had her hiding behind the window with her hand on, and it was very pensive and it was very focused.
Such a poser. So glad
For the second shot, we went into this darker room with this little window light with these blue curtains on it. And Amy, our prop stylist, got these really beautiful Polaroids and just placed them randomly around the back and even awkwardly on like the windowsill, and it just kind of had this space where I ended up saying to Emily, if you don't feel like you belong in this space, go with that. It doesn't have to feel like you're even necessarily comfortable here, you just have to feel whatever you're feeling. And she just kind of took on this persona of being in a space that she'd never been in before. And we had this really cool gold jacket on that. It was kind of like Elvis a little bit, and she loved it. The third shot we did was in this room, and there's this like amazing poster of this broken building, and Amy again distressed the poster and added all this texture and these cuts and stuff, and we plastered it on the walls. I was really happy with the lighting because it ended up being really soft and kind of spotted in certain areas, and it had this overall like yellowish tinge that made it really kind of gritty and antique looking, but still was really elegant and classy. And a lot of the poses were a little bit more obscure, and you know, where she had her hands down and she was covering her face, but it still had a very high fashion kind of couture quality to it.
You are quite adorable.
We went into the dining room and shot around the chandelier. I would count to 3 and she would open her eyes and be very piercing and very focused, and I kind of tried to shoot her through the chandelier. And a lot of the posing was really strong again because we had her on this ladder, so you see her body pose with her arms over, and there was all this like strength coming from her body, but it was also very soft and romantic at the same time.
I just kind of felt like Posh Spice for a second. She just goes like that, like. I have to I didn't look like her, but I felt like her.
Being on set with Emily was pretty amazing. She knows character and she can take on personas, and that just strengthens the whole photograph because you believe it. She needed to be able to interact in a scenario, in a setting, in a house, in a room that she's not familiar with, and we can create a story. And the team was really amazing. Everyone was on the same wavelength and everyone was working together for the photography and made it rock. So I couldn't ask for anything more than that.